Okay. Good evening, good evening. If anyone is watching already, just let me know if you can hear my audio. Give me a shout out, just pop a message, anything. Just testing at the moment. Got two people watching. Give us a shout out, tell us who you are. If you raced tonight, let us know how your race went. Awesome, glad you guys can hear it. Mr. Sean Peters, that's Stignator running in the Tony Viana livery I made a good couple of years ago. That one there. Yeah, we've got quite a few nice liveries tonight. The guys have been pushing pace. Mr. Peters, you can actually join us if you want. By the way, I actually forgot to message you, but feel free to jump in on the chat if you're not doing anything. Otherwise, enjoy my amateur attempts at commentary. Welcome, Fis and Yasuri. We just started a little bit early because I had to work out how to get my PS5's audio to broadcast, but if anyone does watch this and you have a PS5, and I'm going to save you some time. There's a glitch that when you broadcast from YouTube, you actually have to go back to share media and untick the auto mute, because apparently even if you have your settings on broadcast, it mutes for some reason on some PlayStations. So that was why my sound wasn't working the last two streams, so I'll be back to annoy you tonight, which is why we're on a little bit earlier and we're watching the guys just doing their practice right now. Mr. Trivs, welcome to the chat.
Good day, gentlemen. How are you doing?
No, always well. It's just me at the moment. I'm not sure if Wes is joining us yet, but it seems like my sound is broadcasting tonight, so...
Oh, lovely stuff.
You won't be talking to yourself.
Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. People were thinking I was crazy last week, so here we go, eh?
Yeah, awesome. So
Kind of.
the guys are just practicing at the moment. I see we've got a whole total of 4 viewers, but I'm just busy sharing the link, so hopefully that will pick up.
I
How did
see
your
it's a
race go?
full lobby, by
Give us a rundown. Was it chaos,
Oh,
carnage?
look, it was a bit of both. But all in all, it was great racing with the guys. First race finished off fourth, second race as well in fourth. Just couldn't manage the tires towards the end, keeping that competitive pace. But it was nice. There was minimal incidents on my side. I saw some guys spinning off, some guys running wide. But it was competitive racing. I mean, with these cars on this tight track, it's always going to be tight, and you always expect some, rubbing and racing here. But Oaks managed it well. I was actually quite happy.
Oh, great. So should I be prepared to take abuse for the combo, the track and car combo, or do you think the guys overall would have enjoyed it?
Look, bud, you know more than anyone when you organize racing, it's always going to take flack from somewhere. You can't please everyone, unfortunately. But I think this one was well balanced. There was a lot of guys that didn't like it and a lot of guys that thoroughly loved it. I mean, I just got off of a party chat now where the guys were saying, let's open up another lobby, we'll run some other tracks with the same car.
Yeah,
So
this
it's a good
M3 is
combination.
definitely one of my favorite end. It's this
Definitely.
car, the Fugu Z, the 240Z. What else? The Mini around Suzuka is quite fun. Obviously, the MX-5 touring car and that Toyota SRF or SFR, whatever it is, the two little N200 cars. They both
Yes.
more race based anyway. But as proper road cars go, this M3 is one of the best. And the guys will remember this because it was seeding 2 seasons ago, this track and car, obviously without the tyre wear,
Yes.
which is partly where some of the ideas from the season's races came in. I decided there's a few of them where we all pushed and tried getting our best lap times, and at the end everyone was like, that was so much fun, we should have had a race after. Well, now we're having some of the races. So there's this race, round 2. I think round 5 is Maggiore, east or west, I can't remember, but it was a combination we did in that SFR Toyota. That's probably not going to be a one make though. Instead we decided to make it a tuning race. And then another one of the combos coming up is Sardegna B in reverse, which was last season's seeding in the GR3 McLaren.
Yes.
So it might not be a one make race, but there's still going to be some little tricks and changes thrown in there as well. So we've got 3 of the seeding races. And yeah, hopefully the guys are going to enjoy.
It's going to be epic. I know I'm looking forward to the Maggiore race, the west layout with the N500s where we're allowed to tune. That's going to be some hella competitive racing. It's going to separate the guys a bit. There will be some Oaks not happy with tuning, but that's where making friends, making the connections coming in, and just practicing. I mean, getting your tune down right. That's going to separate a lot of people.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just doing a couple things at the moment. I see Stignator, while he's driving here, is commenting on the chat.
Yeah, see there. Hello, Stignator for Tony Shawnee.
Yeah, here we go there too. As a kid, 80s kid, Super Bosses versus BMWs, Briggs versus Viana. I'm still disappointed I don't get to make any Opel liveries on the game, but the Stignator's rocking out my Tony Viana BMW, so...
Oh, it's looking amazing. That Winfield just works on this car.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite. I think I've done it on that M3 and then obviously the E90, whatever, GT3 version, GR3 version.
Yes.
I see in the background Corchetzo, not Stinky, is not Stinky anymore in his entry. DMRE Corchetzo 45 now, rocking out quite a colourful livery there. And yeah, tell us a little bit more about the livery contest, seeing as you the man behind Gorilla Garage and you sponsoring some prizes.
Yes, yes. So with delivery prizes here, just for those that don't know, for every race that we have, obviously guys are going to be entering their cars, so we're encouraging them to make their liveries as wild as possible, as subdued as they want as well. Just go wild with your creativity, make it work with the car, make it flow, and show us your style. In that, the sponsors for the season, which is quite a few guys at the moment. Please let me know if I've left any out. It's Track Art, uh, TGN Simulators, ATM Tuning, Gorilla Garage, obviously, and then Gran Turismo Sport South Africa logo must be seen on your car. You can't have it quite small. You can't have it the same color as the back of your car, obviously, to blend it in. It's got to stand out, and I think Sam's one is a very good example of that as well. The liveries just got to show us your style, bring something wild to the table. We've got a great group of guys judging these liveries. Each winner from the week gets their customized Gran Turismo Sports South Africa shirt, Gorilla Garage logo on that shirt as well, and on the back of that shirt is going to be your gamer tag, so personalized to you, not something out of the box, not something you can just go pick up at any store. We're making it fully customizable. And the winner overall, the person who we think had the best liveries of the season, will get a hamper from Gorilla Garage, fully customized as well, and that's valued at well over 1,500 Rand. And it's all customized stuff. You're not going to see anything like this on the shelves. I don't really sell these products in my store as well, so you're getting a one-of-one. This week, the liveries are absolutely wild. I mean, Pool 1 is a great example of this. It's so vast, and there's so many different various types of liveries, styles that are going on. I mean, I've seen guys with replica race liveries with their own custom designs. I've even seen one that blew my mind away. It was off the old spinning cars here that we have in South Africa. It looks rusted, beaten up. It's got a discolored door. The door doesn't look like it's hanging on properly, and that blew my mind away. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a racing livery. It's just got to work with the style. You can't just expect to slap on one or two stickers and come away with the win. But make it work, make it amazing, and you're definitely going to get some prizes in the end of this.
Awesome. Well, I don't think he's actually entered the lobby. No, wait, he has. The one you're talking about, the old rusted livery, was, I think, one of the DMR guys. I'm not sure if they shared it or not shared it, but if this person's one was made as well by the same designer. Just scrolling through to find him quickly. Okay, no, he's changed it. SMP3 Pro's in a standard one. I'm sure I saw a yellow rust-looking car in the lobby earlier when I joined, but maybe they've changed the livery now.
So I know that there's two guys running the same livery. I can confirm for you now. Wolfman Willie is going to be running this livery as well, and I think this was created by Savage. I'm not too sure of his actual gamer tag.
Savage Nacho, yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, he shared the one on the Discord group, and then it might have been Wolfman sitting in the pits I saw earlier. I thought it was SMP3 Pro, but yeah, we will see the yellow version out with all its rust, looking like it's just come out the scrapyard for a couple bit of banger racing.
100%, and I'm just so stoked to be seeing. I mean, I've started this company a couple of years ago and started it just off of a passion and love for creating and designing, wanting to help the little guy, and to see my logos on all of these cars, it's honestly heartwarming and touching. I love it. I'm so glad everyone here has grabbed on this opportunity. There will definitely be more competitions that we'll host, some fun races, some charity races as well. But we're definitely going to make the most of this Gorilla Garage and GTSSA combination here.
I'm looking at the livery that Serious Sam designed that him and Kalen are using at the moment. And there's some very small, subtle touches that are the difference as they get ready for qualifying. But a lot of people, you can slap a... looks fairly decent. But it's, once you get to those small touches... I'll go back to the car once they get on track. So we can see on the pace car the number plate's been changed because that's not a normal part of the car, to the Pace Motorsport. And then on the front as well, just to the see which side it is. It's one of the little covers, I think, for the tow hook is painted in white with the ATM logo on it. And you can see Kalen coming towards us now. So just little things like that. You can just make the car one color and throw something over it, but like the custom number boards that they're running, the custom number plates, small little things like setting a small plastic cover into a different color with the logo on it. That's what gets you to a winning prize.
100%. And I mean, it's honestly that attention to detail, that time you put in. We appreciate it so much, and I do try and reach out to every single designer on the Fridays just to let them know what I liked about their designs. If they want tips or tricks, they can definitely reach out to some of us as well. But just to let them know, we appreciate you so much in participating in this. I mean, it's not easy, and we know not everyone has the time to do this, so we really appreciate the participation. And it's stunning to see what Oaks are able to pull off in such a short time frame as well.
Definitely. I'm just following DMR Diki running the same livery, I think, as Koketso. So a couple of the DMR guys are running matching liveries, a couple with their own. I'm not sure how they're running it, but I wanted to just mention Koketso winning the 80k Pro Series. I saw that the international, the FIA, what was it, World Series Sim Gaming Contest, whatever they called it. Names slip my memory here, but they've actually postponed now until next year. So Koketsu was supposed to be on the way to Paris, and now he's going to have to wait a year. But while we're chatting about it, big congrats to him. And he'll get there eventually. It might just take a year. Hopefully they're still using Gran Turismo Sport as the contest if they don't reset it and do something different. But one of the guys to watch tonight, he didn't do last season of GTSSA, so he was I think he was second or third in the seeding, which is why he was in Pool 2 last week. So first week in Pool 1, and he'll be one of the guys to watch definitely.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. It's awesome that he can represent South Africa in these international competitions as well. We definitely need more of that representation. And hats off to him, and a big round of applause for that. That's an amazing achievement. Just looking back at the chats, we see Khoni was saying hashtag we are pace. Yes, sir. Yes, we are. The boys are coming in, shining through. I know in our lobby it was a pace 2, 3, 4 for both races, so that was quite nice to see. Damien Botha, good luck, boys. Yes, everyone here's.
I see TSM JDJ saying, wishing his teammates in DMR luck. I'm on board with Wolfman Woolly now, following Wolfman with his Rust Bucket livery.
Man, this thing is just
looking
epic.
so cool there. JDJ not racing this season. It seems I think he was 4th place last season, so missing out here. Matt asking, how do you join a clan like DMR Pace? All the teams are different. We've got the KBR guys, we've got RTA as well. The C8 guys are actually, I heard today, they a little bit, most of them are playing other games, so it seems like they're taking a break from C8. But a lot of the teams, back to the question, it's invite. Some of them, DMR, you can get hold of Wolfman Willie, who we're watching. He's one of the guys running they call it the DMR Academy. So that's where they help the newer guys pick up some pace. Once you join the academy, I'm not sure how it works, if you automatically become DMR or if you have to sign a contract. I don't know. RTA, my team, invite generally, so guys that we know, we kept it fairly small. Same with the DMR E. It's still DMR, but it's elite. The international competition team basically is what I think they aimed for. KBR is the Kalahari boys. The Kalahari boys racing. Chatu Jacques and some of the other Kalahari boys there. They lack a bunch of guys. And then Pace. Yeah, Pace I think is also more of an invite only. I see Goniwe JOO saying we're not a clan. Pace is definitely a team.
Yes.
But yeah, it's basic. I mean, there's no. I was joking about contracts just now. There's no signed contract for, as far as I know, for most of the team. It's just you can start your own. We have RR, the Racing Rejects. That was just a bunch of guys that joined our. We had a team contest with 4 drivers per team last year at the end of the year. So 4 of the guys formed their own team called Racing Rejects. And I see they still run the RR tags. That's Sebastian and who else is in there? Parky, Farky, a couple other guys.
Yeah, no, it's. Speaking on my side here now, I'm not the fastest oak in the shed by any means, but I'm always willing to put in the work and put in the time. And joining up with the pace guys definitely upped my game quite a lot. So I say, aside from just being fast, quick, and dedicated, you just got to be lacquer, man. Be a nice team player, be somebody that wants to be part of the team and wants to better yourself. You can even approach these guys, or if you want, create your own team, bud. Get faster with a whole lot of guys, become competitive, just create a team force. Go for it.
JOO asking what happened to TAF's team admin, sir. That was last year I was in RTA then, but we've had 4 admin racing in our own little team as a joke there, so I think they might make a comeback at some stage, JOO, but we'll have to see. Currently, with 3 minutes left of qualifying, we've got Koketso, Diki, Kalen, Stignator, Alan, Ghost Killer Pace, Serious Sam, SMP3 Pro, and Varfus. Vartifus. He said it's fine if I call him Varfus. Those are your top 8. The surprise man from round 1, who's up in the podium positions, Jan Ali, C8 Henny, and then KBR, Shark, Damien Viss, Mr. Bridgens, and Wolfman Willie bringing up the rear. But you can see the whole field's only covered by 0.695.
This is such a short track, so little room for error. It's going to be some epic and tight racing tonight. It's going to be anyone's game. I mean, somebody can come from the very back and take this race if possible. So we need to keep our eyes open here and watch for all the battles going on.
While we're waiting 2 minutes to go, just from an admin to someone who raced, what's your thoughts on reverse grid for this kind of race? Because I know we did it last season for the first time or second time ever, having 2 heats in one night. But a lot of the guys were saying, why don't we do a reverse grid? I kept it fastest first or in the finishing positions, purely because when you're having a competitive series, to do reverse grid and penalize the fastest guys might not always be the fairest way. I know it can be fun when you're having a mess around session with your mates. Do you think we should try that next time or stick out as?
Look, humble opinion, but the way it was run today is perfect. If you do reverse grid, it's because it's such a short race and such a short and tight track. Overtaking here is near impossible, especially when in lobbies like this where the racing is so close. Your quali session sets your pace for the rest of the race. I mean, we've seen this in F1 and all other forms of combats as well. Reverse grid is just gonna step on more toes than it would raise as well. So I think the way you guys are running it now, that's perfect. It makes a lot of sense. It works with the points as well. If you want to do a reverse grid where you're giving points for each overtake from the rear, perfect, but then it becomes hella complicated.
Yeah, not with 10 pools or more.
Yeah. The way it's run now, I think that's amazing. Just going back to the chat, Khoniwe, I think, you know what? Leave him with the broken door, bud. I think it's weight saving. I think it looks amazing. Yeah, just don't touch this man's livery. I'm a big fan of this livery.
We got 10 seconds to go. Koketso, Diki, Pace, your top 3, and we're going to get started very shortly. Wolfman's waiting here. He's just at the start. Who's your prediction for first place?
Look, I'd love to say Kalen and Sam 1-2. Obviously, we got to stick with the team. But like I said,
it mustn't be like F1 commentators and bars now.
No, this is going to be a tight race, so it's going to be a good one to look out for. I mean, Deaky, last race, he surprised all of us. I mean, he had a bit of a slip up, but climbed his way up quite quickly, so he's definitely somebody to look out for here.
Let's hope everyone gets away. First start.
Alright guys, and remember this is a false start check as well, so if you let off that brake before the lights go off, you have that penalty to serve, and that's going to ruin your entire race.
Looks like everyone's away, nice and clean. I was just scrolling to the back there.
Lovely. Nice and smooth start.
There's some elbows out in the mid-pack already.
So Koketsu keeps it going into the first corner. Absolutely lovely. Wow. This is so tight here. Coming in here, each is on each other's tail here. There's no room for error, no room for slip-ups. And we know this BMW is very tail-happy if you get on the accelerator too quickly.
Definitely, we've got to look up the inside from Kalen into the last turn. See if he can keep enough momentum to hold that all the way through to turn 1. But looks like he's ducking up the inside of Deaky there. SMP3 Pro looking to capitalize possibly as well. Deaky's getting a bit better drive though down into the first turn. Still side by side.
Yeah, like I said, absolutely tight racing, and hats off to the guys for keeping it as clean as they can.
Yeah, I was just about to say,
it's not always easy.
Kalen actually went quite tight inside to avoid any contact there through the first turn. We've got someone going off in the back there.
That is unfortunate. Going off at any point here, it's just gonna mess up the rest of the race.
Ghost Killer pace. He's disconnected, that's why.
Oh no. He had this issue as well a couple nights ago. Just unfortunate. Just unfortunate. Matthew Truscott, lucky to not get track limits at turn 1? Yes, 100%. It's very easy to mess that up, to ruin your race and somebody else's as well there. And we see Kendall Mawa Power come on. That's obviously Kalen's great father there. Definitely Mawa Power is pushing these cars forth.
Yeah, but now I think Uncle Kendog's going to have a bit of a conflict of interest here because he's a DMR driver. So do you shout for the first two or do you shout for the pace boys?
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that part up. But,
we're going to have to get a ruling on that. Bring Kalen in here and find out one of these days. Looking further back, Stignator RTA's moved from 8th to 7th. The rest are pretty much as they started at the moment. Sam and SMP3 Pro having a good battle here for 4th place at the moment.
Yeah, no, this is stunning.
Uncle Ken saying both.
Yeah, no, I do apologize. I am on a bit of a delayed loop as I am also having to watch it live stream. But seeing how close these guys are, they've obviously now separated into their smaller groups, but it is still neck and neck. And I still think that anyone can take this race. From 1st to 7th, they're quite tight there, so it's going to be insanely amazing.
We're having a nice little battle for 7th and 8th here with the smoker class, Winfield versus Marlboro. Now see KBR Fiss, he is in the livery made by last week's livery winner, I think.
KBR Wolfie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so honestly, hats off to
another
Wolfie.
classic
that
one.
Was amazing. Yeah, it's hats off to Wolfie for that livery. It was absolutely stunning, and I think it was a host favorite from the beginning. And we're just glad the public agreed with us on that one.
Definitely. We're going to ride for a little bit. Basically, I just want to see my livery I created a couple of years ago. Stignator going a little bit wide there. Some of these onboard shots. One thing about this game, the graphics and video always amaze me.
mean, the guys that sort out Gran Turismo at Polyphonic, it's stunning work that they're doing, and it allows us to get these amazing cinematic shots. I hope I'm not going to ruin anybody's concentration by joining in. I see a spot opened up.
Yeah. See something happened to Wolfman. He's sitting down in last place at the moment. But I know Wolfman's not the biggest fan of sprint races because he is great at fuel saving and tire saving, so the man of many strategies. Even though we do have quite a heavy fuel and tire usage on, it's a sprint race without pit stops where he normally does his magic, so I think he's also not the biggest N-Class fan. But next week we'll be back in GR cars, so with some strategy, so expect to see Wolfman having another good result.
No, 100%. I mean, you're not going to love every single race of the season. You're not going to enjoy every single car. But that's part of the fun, I guess. You've got to be adaptable.
The front two are gone, but we've got quite the battle from 3rd down to 8th. It's a bit of a pace train again. Pace, SMP3 Pro, Sam, Richard, Stignator and Fiss all in a line there within a second.
And it's such a gorgeous train as well. I mean, look at those liveries coming through this corner. It's absolutely stunning, but it is insanely tight. Oh, Sam going for a bit of a spin there.
Yeah, as we go on board with Sam, he gets out of shape. He was right on the back of SMP3 Pro. That's Stephen Mock. KBR Richard, another one of the guys that have been stepping up over the last season or two. Halfway through the race, sitting in 6th place, so you should pull in some nice points.
Definitely.
7th and 8th place are still having a good battle. You can't separate those two.
I mean, I think it's the curse of the commentator. You know, as soon as we were looking at Sam, and then all of a sudden, from having an amazing clean race, but amazingly enough, he hasn't lost that position. He's gone right back onto the back of SMP Pro right here.
Yeah, his last lap was 3/10 slower than the 2 laps before, obviously when he got that little twitch on, but now he's back in the slipstream and pushing hard. You can see how far he's revving this car. Did you have any issues with fuel in your race?
No, I did a few practice stints. In those stints, I ran out of fuel, so I knew it was definitely a possibility. Made sure to save wherever I could when I was battling, you know, short shifting while you're in the slip, trying to preserve that fuel. Ended up finishing with just over 0.5 laps left of fuel on both races. I do know that one of our other teammates, Rizla, just on the line, he ran out as well, and he finished 2nd both races, so he was really pushing it. Running out of fuel is a concern, but looking at the way things are going, I see everyone's sort of around the same fuel usage, so we should be good. We really should be good.
Just looking, Fiss has managed to pass Stignator in their battle for 7th and 8th, still going on. Here we got SMP3 Pro getting some up the inside of Sam, see if he can make it.
He's going to have that inside line coming into turn 1. A little bit of contact, but that's racing. Come up here, let's see if Sam is going to make a move coming into turn 2. That's close enough.
4 laps ago, elbows start coming out now, but obviously you've got the inside for one corner and it switches back outside for the next. So Sam holding it on the outside, going very wide. Not sure how strict the track limits penalties were on. Obviously losing a bit of time there, so the game might not worry about it too much. Every track's a bit different. Yeah. Are there going to be 3 abreast coming through? And not quite. This is obviously bringing Richard, Fiss and Stignator right back into the battle for the podium.
100%. And just to go back onto our livery discussion, Looking at the color schemes now, I see Sam's on a matte and Kalen's on a gloss, and their roofs as well are very different. Kalen rocking that gorilla face on his roof, and Sam putting up a Save Palestine fist on his roof. Both look stunning, though.
Out front,
us
we
a
still
nice view coming into this race.
still got Deaky chasing KB. I call him not Stinky. No longer his username here. So
he's not stinky anymore.
not Stinky.
Henny and Bridgens are having an epic battle here for 10 and 11. Just coming very, very close to each other here, coming out of this last corner.
And they're not too far behind you, and earlier as well.
Yeah, it's a very, very tight race here. I think Koketsu's starting to open up that gap between himself and Deaky. And Deaky's continuing to open up that gap between him and Semi-Pro now.
Also going to jump on board with Stignator at the back, 8th place, running in the 3rd to 8th train. You can see 6 cars, 5 ahead. All taking slightly different lines.
And just going back into the chat quickly, Huni was saying, US, you must know, GTS wins when it comes to cinematic shots. 100%, my brother. I mean, the Pace IG posts say it all. Definitely, whoever's running that Pace Instagram, great job, gents. Kendall saying, Wolfman got distracted by guys entering the lobby. I think that was me there. My apologies. I do sincerely apologize for that. You can take that points off of me for that one. Mithan Callan saying race was cool. Brands Hatch is mostly line astern, 100%. Also saying, how did your race go to Ken? And Ken taking 3rd place twice like a boss. Well done on that result there, Ken. Absolutely amazing stuff.
While we were on board here, First and Stignator have moved past Richard. Coming out about to start the last lap. Stignator looking for a move to get back past Varta Fis. Sam and SMP3 Pro have a little bit of a gap ahead now. What happened to Kalen? Down to 11th place.
I did not see that. I was on board with Bridgens. Didn't see him go off.
We got Stignator past Fis, but Richard looking up the inside and a little bit of contact, nothing serious. The 3 of them still fighting, coming up to the last couple corners.
Now, coming to the final laps, this race is getting very intense.
Yeah, so here the 2 DMR guys come over the line, 1st and 2nd. Koketsu and Deaky. SMP3 Pro ended up with a clear 3rd. Sam in 4th. Stignator just beating Fis and then Richard. Jan Eddy holding on. Bridgens and Henny also very close. Kalen, not sure what happened there. 11th place. Shark 12th. Damien 13th and Wolfman in 14th with Ghost Killer disconnecting.
Yeah, I've exited the lobby so Ghost Killer can come back in. Just to make sure he has his race. I'm just chatting to him now to see. His internet just messed him around. I'm going to see if he can join back in.
Yeah, so obviously at least he'd get some points from the 2nd attempt. The way the points are running, if he did manage to get a top 3, for example, which would be very hard from the back, he could still get some decent points and avoid relegation for the night.
Yeah, let's just let's hope and see. It would be nice to see him racing. I know he has worked hard to put in the times and get himself consistent here. He was doing quite well while he was on track. So let's just hope that he's able to get back in.
Yeah, I see sorry in the chat from Sam to Kalen, so some couldn't avoid there. A little bit of friendly
Pace on
fire,
pace violence.
pace on pace violence. I don't know how you guys roll. I know in RTA Carl likes it that way, so um, yeah, we're not going to talk about inter-team secrets, but my RTA teammates will have a laugh at that. Kellen saying it wasn't his fault. It wasn't Sam's fault. It was his, and we've got 5 minutes until the second heat. So while we're waiting, just to run through the results, you can see Coquetto 12 minutes 53 seconds, also the fastest lap of 54.404, error not found. Deaky second, SMP3 Pro made it a 1-2-3 for the e-drivers. Sirius Sam, Stignator, Fis, Richard, Yanali, Bridgens, Henny, Kalen, Shark, Damien, Wolfred, and then Ghost Killer. For anyone who missed it, you just see it was with 2 laps to go, whatever happened with Kalen dropping out of 4th place there, but I'm sure he'll come back. He's going to have a lot of overtaking to do.
Yeah, 100%. Just to jump back into the chats, Mithan saying well done to Kendall. Absolutely, definitely well done, Kendall. Pool 6 had some lacquer close battles from Damien Bortha, but this crazy close clean racing here in Pool 1, 100%, my brother. Stignator saying yo. Matthew Truscott, any Oaks in Pool 1 using controller or all on wheels? I do think they're all on wheels. Can you confirm that, bud?
Coquetto and Deaky used to be on controllers until recently, and they weren't any slower. Coquetto's got a wheel. Deaky, I'm not sure if he's using the wheel or not. Sam's another one that got a wheel earlier this year, but I know last season he was still using the controller while he was getting used.
And he won.
That was season 1. Yeah, sorry. Last season,
and he won with the controller.
Yeah, last season I think Sam came 3rd overall.
Yeah. But for season 1 of this year, he did win with the controller, and that's when he managed to get a wheel.
No,
so
he got
amazing.
He got a rig for season 1, but he did have a wheel. I think Josh admin arranged it for him. They're taking a look at the rusted Wolfman car at the moment. Sitting on board with Bridgens. So yeah, everyone keep an eye out on the Discord tomorrow. Should be up by tomorrow. The top 5 panel selected liveries for you guys to vote for. So last week, KBR Wolfie won quite convincingly. I think he had 24 or 5 votes, and the next closest was 9. But yeah, jump into Discord under Race Central, under Season 3, just below Race Central. There's a livery vote section, and yeah, pick your favorite from the 5.
Oh, awesome. Stignator saying that was Toit, definitely, but you guys are giving us a hard time here trying to commentate on this stuff. Khoniwe confirming all on wheels. Outlaws Online Sim Racing. Hello, boys. How you guys doing? Right back at you, Outlaws. Kendall saying brilliant race. Stignator, no comment on Sapphire the Enforcer. What happened there? You know what he's talking about, bud?
What was that?
Stignator saying no comment on Sapphire the Enforcer.
He's talking about what I was saying with RTA and Carl. Carl is RTA Sapphire.
Okay, I see now. I see. This is the RTA thing. My apologies.
Well, I was saying he likes it pace on pace violence. Carl also likes it rough.
That's what she said. Okay, so moving on. These guys be doing lap times like BOP is off. Mohammed Hail Sadat. Yeah, brother. These guys are going crazy with this car. It's like they've been driving it all their lives. Kendall saying, really thought your admin would be busy with race incidents, but looks like the races really behaved themselves in all pool. I agree with that, bud. I was prepped to get a whole lot of complaints. But from what I'm hearing, it seems like maybe there'll be one or two, but for the most part,
yeah, checking my phone, I see 2 so far.
Okay. Kendall Wolfman Russ Bucket looks underweight. I think that was his plan to weight loss. It's a weight shedding technique. And Huni was saying, Stevie, that was haram.
So here we go. Heat number 2 underway. Looks like the front couple guys had a good start. There's a few gaps and guys having a bit of spin off the line. Goes Killer Pace back in this race. Hopefully he doesn't disconnect. Making a place on Wolfred already, up to 14th. Got some smoke and sideways action. Looks like a good old British touring car race. Greatest racing simulator of all time, TOCA 2. You just have to wait for Alan Menu in the Renault to punch you out on the last corner. Hopefully we won't have any of that, but Kalen already making his way back up to 8th. Richard 7th, 5th, 6th. Stignator making a little duck on the inside of Sam, who's going onto the dirt, which is going to cost him a lot of momentum. There's already 3 places. Our front 3 are the same as last race, working nicely together. 2 cigarette sponsored guys are sitting in that pack still, and then followed by Sam and Kalen. So pace on pace violence can resume.
Yeah, I think Sam's going to try and be a bit more careful this race. He's going to have that hanging over him. You've shoved the boss off the track. What's going to happen now?
And while they're doing that, Damien putting his nose in, getting involved in the meat in the pace sandwich.
Yeah, it looks, look man, if you trying to battle somebody out there for a certain position, the guy behind you is going to definitely take advantage of your loss in momentum out there. Definitely try and make that way up, shoving your nose in.
You can see some action up front. KBR Richard looking on Stignator's inside, goes through. Sorry, Fiss looking on the inside, not Richard's looking on the inside into the next turn, so obviously Stignator got a lost momentum somewhere there. Manages to hold on to 5th place currently. It looks like we got Koketso pulling away, but Diki isn't too far ahead of SMP3 Pro this time. So at the moment the battle's on for 2nd place in the train.
And look, the 2 smoking cars definitely getting their advertising worth out of this race.
But let's be honest, cigarette sponsors were the best liveries.
Oh, no, 100%. I completely agree with you there. The cigarette and alcohol sponsorships, they made their car stand out.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it in a bad way. I meant they're giving us such entertaining races here. They're forcing us to watch them, essentially.
I mean, if you
keeping it tight the whole race.
Compare it to current racing, now all you've got is energy drinks, which are probably twice as harmful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, doing more harm to the body rather than letting people smoke.
I said it. Here we got, I'm going to pull out a Murrayism, Koketso, who's in a very unique liveried car, which is exactly the same as the one behind.
There's no better way to put that, honestly. DMRE Snakey in the chat. Hi guys, hi chat. Huniwe responding, hey Snake, you finally got the E. Yeah, it does look like he's now part of that elite group. International drivers pushing their team forward. Ghost 23, I need a black label sponsor. Oh man, in lockdown, come on, bud. Don't make us list for this.
There we go. You got, guys in the chat, next week's liveries bring back smokes and booze.
I agree. I think we need to make that happen.
Let's see what you can do there. Got some battling all the way through the pack here at the moment. Just looking to see if there's any side-by-side action, but lots of law battles, and you can see it's causing splits in the pack. When Damien and Kalen were fighting, it gave Sam a bit of time to get away from him. Our 5th to 2nd place group are still quite tight. Koketso opening up that gap at the front. And it's a good time to ride on board with Stignator.
I agree. Damien Borth is saying, agreed, bring back cigarettes and alcohol sponsors. Damien, give us a nice livery for next week, but show us what you got. Honiwe with Away with the Flames, 100%, my guy, 100%. And he then says, Cyril says no. Cyril can go somewhere very dark and moist for all I care. We want our alcohol back, and we want it without restriction. So show us those liveries, show us what you got.
Yeah, Cyril can go judge on his iPad. We'll send him the top 5 and he can vote. Discord invite incoming.
Oh, that's amazing. If somebody does an iPad livery, I think that'll be the icing on this cake that is our lives.
So Damien's just dropped off the back, just ahead of Bridgen, so he's in a quiet 9th place if you can have a quiet place in this track. See Yaneli and Ghost Killer Pace, who are battling for, I think it was 3rd and 4th place at one stage last week, are now battling for 13th and 14th with Wolfman right with them. See if someone's going to try and move up into the hairpin. The 29 of you watching, give our sponsors ATM Chip Tuning, TJN Racing Simulators, Track Art, Gorilla Garage and the GTSSA Facebook page a like. Drop a follow, share some of the sponsor stuff, and as I always say, support those who support us.
We appreciate that, guys. Honestly, every like, share, and follow really helps us as well. You know what, guys? Drop us in the chat as well. Tell us, who do you think is going to be your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? I think give us your top 5 for this race, and also tell us who do you think has the best livery on track. I think it'll be interesting to see public opinion on this one.
I think for the top 5, we just passed halfway, and the top 3 have got away. Stignator trying to get away as well. I'm not sure what happened with him and KBR Fist, because he's dropped all the way back to 8th. But Richard's 7/10ths behind Stignator, so he needs to get in that slipstream and stay there quite soon. Otherwise, he's going to be involved in a battle with the 2 pace boys behind. Just watching Stignator doing what Sam did earlier and getting a couple wheels on the grass, costing himself 2 places.
It's unfortunate. Any tiny mistake on this track and you're paying dearly in points.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll kick himself like Sam did earlier. Yeah, no, he's got a pace man all over him. Looking for the inside.
It's unfortunate. And he's got Kalen, who's I think a 3-time champ of GTSSA, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And now we've got the 2 smokers rubbing paint again. Good thing they're both red and white.
Yeah, they can trade paint back and forth all day long and they'll still be looking shiny.
Richard and Sam having a good little battle as well. It's right on board with Sir Sam.
Sorry about all yours.
No, go for it.
I was going to say, it was a very nice clean move there by Kalen as well. Coming into that corner is not easy to make a clean move, especially on the exit. But very well done. See, DMRE, sorry, Ghost 23 says DMRE 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, it looks like that's how it's ending today. But
well, I think season 2 we had DQ when he was still for RTA was in 1st place. Sam SMP3 Pro I think was 2nd and was 3rd, and Sam was 2nd. So with Koketso not there, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th was last season's top 3. So we've got the guys representing, keeping their form. Good to have Koketso back, Kalen back. Kalen's up to 6th place after that incident in the last race. I think Kalen won last week, so it will shake up the points quite nicely. We don't want another runaway season.
Yeah, no, I love this competitiveness between the guys as well, and when the points are close, it just makes the racing that much better.
Yeah, the battle's on for 4th again, all the way through to 8th. 3 laps to go.
Yeah, that is a nice long train. And I just wanted to go back to your point where you said the same guys that were winning last season are coming back and looks like to win this season. That's why for the livery competition, we made it a livery competition and not just a first, second, third. Just to make sure that everyone in the community feels involved, because without these guys here, there will be no racing. I mean, we can't race with just one pool. It's not going to be fun for anyone. So we want to make sure you guys are shown the appreciation that we actually do feel for you. And this community is amazing. We want to give back in whatever small ways we can.
Definitely. I see Deaky's closed back. He was 1.2 behind. He's within 6/10 now, so I'm not sure if Koketso made a mistake. His last lap times look fairly constant, or if Deaky's just managed to drop the hammer a little bit. Gap back to 7/10, but with 2 laps to go, I wonder if Deaky's trying to push a little bit harder and get involved here. They're quite safe, 3 seconds out of 3rd place, which on this track is like 6 seconds on a normal track.
Yeah, there's actually, that brings me to something I wanted to ask you and your opinion, and guys in the chat as well. Please feel free to add to this. You see a lot of guys in teams, a lot of guys racing with their teams, with their team liveries and stuff. What do you think about team orders? I know personally we don't go for that sort of stuff. If you fast, you fast. If you slow, you slow. Unlucky there. But what are your opinions on team orders when it comes to racing like this that's not team orientated?
Well, we've got a big battle just to interrupt the 2 pace boys, Richard and Fitz, all bashing bumpers and stuff. It's brought Stignator back up the inside of Fitz, 7th and 8th. But on team orders, yeah, I don't think Piet will be a thing maybe towards the end of the season. For example, if Kalen was fighting Deaky for the championship and Sam was in 2nd, Kalen was 1st, and Deaky was trying to get past Sam, he might block a little bit, but obviously within the rules, I don't think we'd have any issues. The other side is you might be slightly more cautious, but these guys are all generally very clean, as the guys were saying earlier, so mistakes happen, but you wouldn't want to crash into your teammate, but you don't want to crash.
100%. I see Mithan commented here, team orders is good, more drama equals more entertainment. 100%, I'm with you there. Matthew Truscott, nah, team orders aren't lacquer, surely. I get you, bud, I get you. Mohammed Suhail, rather team standard operating procedures.
Oh, here we go. Sam, Kalen up the inside into the last turn. KBR Richard trying to come through. I think Sam will hold that. The first 2 go across the line. The SMP3 Pro as well. In that battle at the back there, ends up Kalen, Richard, Sam, Stignator and Fizz. So we had great dice between those 5.
Just on the line, Sam got taken.
Couple more. Ghost Killer Pace and KBR Jacques. Ghost Killer Pace got him by 0.28. Jan Ali, DMR Wolfie, and then C8 Henny. So good couple battles to the line there. We'll go to the results page here, but obviously Deaky managed to get ahead of Koketso there somehow on that last lap. So I don't know if Koketso went wide.
There's just so much of battling going on there. It's hard to keep track of everything.
Could be a team order trying to help each other out there. But yeah, Deaky taking it. Fastest lap this time around was from Sam. SMP3 Pro 3rd, Pace 4th from near the back of the grid. Great drive there. KBR Richard, Sam, Stignator, Varfus, Damien, Bridgens, Ghost Killer Pace, Jacques, Jan Ali, Wolfman, and Henny. And I see Kendall saying that it's a team order. I don't know if as a DMR person, he knows, or if he's making a joke there.
We can never tell, eh?
There's about
Damien both
6,
are
7
saying
tenths, so I don't think it would have been a pass on the
very
last
tight.
lap, either a mistake or team order.
Very a bit too close to call there. See, Damien both are saying just don't pull a Bottas on us. Yeah, dude, that's actually what sparked this conversation. I was always wondering, was that team orders? Was that just?
Definitely. Let's see if we can get any of these guys into a chat. I don't ask them beforehand, but I'm wondering if any of them would want to come join us here. Well, if it's DMR, it would be Toto Dino. I don't know if Dino's watching. Give us a shout out if you are. Could have been Ron, the other DMR founder. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If anyone wants to ask any questions in the chat, some of the new guys, first time watching, feel free to give us a shout and we'll try to help you as much as possible. I'm just going to busy inviting some of these guys to the chat quickly. I don't know if they'll make it, but we'll give them a minute or two to see, and hopefully they can.
Drinking.
Watching
Sounds
what he
like a good
drinks.
night, but it's watching what he drinks.
So I'm going to
Please
jump
post
in.
all your pages. Would be keen to like and follow sponsors' pages. I do think that I need to reshare the Gorilla Garage page on the Instagram. On the Discord page. I'll do that tonight, bud, and you guys can check it out. You can check what we do. We do a lot of sponsorships as well for the SVCAs and stuff. Give us a like, follow, share. You're awesome.
On that subject, if you go to the GTSSA page, you'll see that we do have shared posts from our sponsors on the page, so you can just like it off there. DK, how's it going?
I am good, and you?
Good, man, good. How's that race for you? Was that team orders at the end, or did you make a little...
Yeah, there was a bit, you could call it team orders at the end. Yeah, I think he gave me the win because he was using Pool 2 last week, so it just made sense for me to get the win because, yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'm doing a lap on track here while we're chatting. How did you find the combos?
It is, it is actually quite interesting because this is actually my first, I must say, like when I started playing Gran Turismo, this is this was the seeding track and the same combo. Everything was the same, so it was a bit of a throwback. But yeah, I only know it was a great combo. I enjoyed it. It was something different from the normal GT4, GT3 combos. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. So, are any of your teammates going to come join us? I don't know if you guys were on a party chat. I did invite them.
I think Stinky is in the party.
Stinky, yeah, Coquetto.
Steven, I'm here.
Hey, how's it going, champ? Good, good. So you're letting some teammates through there. You're not going to bite you in the butt at the end of the season?
Carry on party. I can hear you on the stream.
Bite you in the butt at the end of the season? Okay. Sorry, I see Kendall saying that he can't hear you. If you just go quickly to the party chats and share your audio, say allow audio to be shared. Because we can hear you, but the YouTube guys can't.
Okay, it should be fine now.
Yeah.
I was just saying that like I feel like right now it's too early to be thinking about the championship. But I let him through because like last week he wasn't put on, he got more points, and I thought it made sense just to let him go through and fight for the championship.
Okay. Just let us know if you guys heard Coquetta there. Kendall saying 100%.
That's awesome.
Who else has joined the party? Are you still with us, Tribs? If you got any
Yeah,
questions
I'm
for
still
these
here,
guys?
but yeah, it's a bit. First off, hats off to you on your championship win. We're looking forward to seeing you overseas repping that SA flag. But I think that's amazing stuff, and for you to come up and do this, it's honestly stunning. And congrats on your race here today. Race 1, you took that from start to finish. That was your race. Unfortunate about team orders, but that is part of racing, like we were chatting about earlier. We had a whole conversation on team orders. But I mean, team orders are team orders. What you guys do in your team, that's between you guys. It was a stunning race for us. I mean, you guys didn't let us stop talking for a minute. They were.
Let's be honest, though, that the two of them cleared off. They're going to watch the stream. They're ahead. We were talking about that big battle behind. The Oaks were playing bumper cars. I've just got an interesting point for you two guys. We are now, I think this is our 4th year, so we're probably season 12 or 4 to 14, somewhere there. DMR only starting last year, hasn't won a championship yet, so if Deaky manages to take it, he would be the first person. He'd be the Rossi, winning with one team and then winning with a different team the next season. And Coquetto, if you win, you'd be the first DMR GTSSA winner. So you two are going to have to decide who you wants to fight harder here sometime during the season, which will be good fun for us watching.
Yeah.
And then you still got to fight the Pace and the KBR and Stignator, anyone else who rocks up. But I think it's possibly going to be between the top 5 or 6 guys that are normally there. Obviously, SMP3 Pro is going to also keep his name in the hat, being on the podium the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting with the mini teams which are involved in GTSSA. It should be really close, especially at the end. So I can't wait to see who will become the champion. Who will prevail. And thank you to Trev for congratulating me. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Sure.
Yeah, and Kalen's going to be going for his 4th star. I know he's proud of his 3 stars he's got so far, so you guys are going to have him to deal with as well. Next week, Tokyo in the wet in grade 4. Are you guys ready? Either of you?
Don't all jump in at once, guys.
I haven't done a wet race ever.
We had a GR2 Tokyo wet race once in GTSA. That was quite interesting, quite intense at night.
So we have a question here on the chat from Mr. Race Fox, and I think this is directed at you, Kalen. Are you there, bud? Can you hear me?
Hello,
Mr. Pace.
Mr. Kalen, thanks for joining, but unlucky on race 1 there. We didn't quite see what happened, but we just saw you falling down places. Quite unlucky with the close racing. But the question we got for you, bud, is why did Sam let Kalen pass? What happened, bud? Can you walk us through that on the last corner?
I'll have to check with Sam, but on the last corner I did see he ran wide. So that's why I got passed. But yeah, it wasn't intentional. It wasn't for points or team orders. So, yeah.
I do see here there was some bumping and grinding, but what do you guys think about the quality of this race? Was it clean? Was it clear? Were you hindered in any way by anyone?
I'll go first. Yeah, it was alright.
Shot.
It was okay.
Shot. I see Mr. Race Fox says, I call BS on that. I think Mr. Race Fox, cool opinion, bro, but well, let's check the the replays and stats on that one.
Awesome. Cool, guys. I don't think anyone else is joining us. Mr. Pace, your cars were looking great tonight. Are you ready for the wet race next week? You going to take it to these DMR guys?
Obviously. But yeah, I do like my wet races, so we'll see how this next one goes.
Okay, and just, I don't know if anyone's tested, but is there a car of choice for Tokyo in the wet?
I think a lot of the gents are probably using the 4-wheel drives, so yeah.
So admin
being
must
a
ban
GR4
four-wheel drives. Great.
Please do.
True, yeah.
Please do. Please do, honestly. I'm joking.
We'll have to. That ruins my plans a bit, but I'll come up with one or two changes for tomorrow's announcement. So, great, guys. I think that's all for tonight. We'll see you back here next Thursday. Good luck practicing, and that's it from me. Trivs, other guys, any last words?
Do you guys want to go first? No? Alright. To everyone watching, the 19 left, thank you guys so much. It's been an epic race. Lot of battling going on up and down the field. But yeah, I see Mr. Race Fox chiming in again. It's like admin, forward is legit. Don't be like that, Stephen. I think listen to the people. Don't take away the 4-wheel drive. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this race. It was absolutely epic. Probably one of my favorites so far. From us here at Gorilla Garage, we love you. Lights out. Stay awesome.
Thank you very much, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.